家好，我是今天的线上 Q&A 主持人苏一华。我们今天邀请到的口译是郭子荣。那因为疫情的关系，我们很可惜无法邀请到国际影人来到我们的影展现场，但是我们很高兴可以有这个机会跟阿兹拉、丹尼兹、欧卡导演线上面对面的聊聊他的影片。欢迎来到鬼魅之都。那我们先请导演跟各位打个招呼。
Hello, welcome to the Q&A for today. I'm Stephanie, and we have Brian as interpreter to translate for us. And because of the pandemic, we are very sorry we couldn't invite the filmmakers in person with us. But still, we are very happy to organize this chance to show you the film Ghosts. And today we have the director, Azra Denise Okiai, to be here with us today. So first, Ezra, could you say hi or greet the audience?
Hello, nice to meet you, guys.
那 Hello， 大家好，很高兴认识你。
好，那这部影片《欢迎来到鬼魅之都》，它的故事是发生在2020年的10月26日。那伊斯坦堡正经历一场大停电。那导演，你是当初是怎么样去发想这样子一个独特的故事
Okay, so the film is set in a particular date, October 26, 2020, and during a power failure in Istanbul. So how did you come up with the story?
First of all, the date, I choose it because I need a date that anybody can really say, and this date, this happened like that. I need a security space for me. So I decided to make my own space and begin to write a story about what I was feeling. Like sometimes artists or filmmakers can feel what's gonna happen in the future. I was really feeling that my generation was suffocating, and I was really getting in the darkness, and how we are dealing with this darkness was really important. To show for me, like a wall photographer, taking some pictures and seeing what is the big picture on it at the end. So I decided to put a date on the future. It became also, now it's in the past, months after, but yeah, the pandemic was on the same time on the States, and I don't know, it was just making my own laws, my own space, you know. It was just about that, and being an artist is making your own laws, you know. So.
那首先呢，我会有做这样的日期的设定哦，是因为我在这做这个设定的时候，就不会有人去说如果是过去的某个时间，大家就会说没有不是这样，我过去其实是怎样的感觉。所以当我设定了当我写作的一个未来的时间点，那对我来讲呢，这是比较安全的，而且我可以有自己的创作的空间。那我其实当初在创作这个剧本的时候呢，是我自己可以说是我自己对一个未来的一个感觉跟一个预想。那当下我觉得其实好像未来感觉很多事情都显得相当的黑暗，觉得非常的不乐观。那因此呢，我觉得如何处理我这样的情绪，跟人们怎么处理这样的未知的黑暗，我觉得相当重要这样子。那我自诩为有一点像是个战地记者就是看到这些事情，我赶快把它拍照下来，记录下来。那当然这个时间以现在来讲已经是过去了这样子，但是呢，对我来讲，就是我刚回答到的，我想要创造出一个属于我自己在创作上的一个安全的空间这样子。
那故事围绕在4个主角身上，这些角色的设计是根据真实的人物吗？或者是真实的经验吗？
Okay, so the film is basically based on 4 characters. So we are wondering that are these characters real life figures, or are they based on certain experiences in your life?
So first of all, yeah, of course, I get been inspired by how people have to move on in a city who's getting been destroyed every day. But before my parents are architects and they were urban planners, so I saw all my life how a country can disappear and become a completely big city or new Turkey, you know. So I learned kid that if you're just keeping some area safe, you can keep these people and humans safe, and also the stories. So my last years in Turkey, I work sometimes with some ghetto areas like Romani gypsy areas, try to help them, and also made some workshop with kids. And I also saw some women, some mothers who were changing their life because of their situation, because they need money. And I really yeah, like a journalist, I was watching what's going on. So yeah, some stories are based on the true stories that I learned there. I know so much people who was really changing their lives like that in Turkey, how they have to change and getting like a ghost for existing, or changing completely your mentality for trying to survive, you know, or you have to go to the opposite way or another way. This is really black or white existing in Turkey. And the characters were like that, but I choose some actors who were really professional, and I also choose some non-professional actors for making it a more kind of a documentary way, because it's my also way to work like with professionals and non-actors. Like I make professionals actors really work, but on the same time, all the time I know how they're gonna act before, so I make them kind of improvisation on the moment of the shooting, so it's get me some keeping my time for making other exercise during the shootings. So yeah, we really try to find a balance between actors like that on casting. I cast by myself because we didn't have money, so I cast all the dancers, all the actors with my producer. Then we arrived to a good balance, I think. I hope so. Yeah.
基本上呢，没有错，我们这个角色的设定啊，是的确跟一些真实生活在这个社会上的人们的这个境遇啊，蛮有关联的啊。是蛮多人其实他们在一个在这个每天都有这个城市的各个地方都在被毁坏的这个地方，每天都有人得要继续生活下去这样子。那事实上，我当然也是有一些经验，是因为我的父母本身就是建筑师跟这个都市这个规划师这样子，所以其实我从小呢非常习以为常的看到说一个国家怎样的就是被消失，那为了是要建立起一个新的住宅地也好，或是新的一个城市，有时候这个例如在土耳其，他们就一直想要盖一个新的土耳其这样子的感觉。那我也在这个过程中呢，学习到就是如何能够怎么样他们可以让一个地方可以比较安全，然后同时也带来这个居民的安全这样子。那我的经验还来自于就是在前一年呢，我实际上有到在土耳其的这一些聚落里呢，去比较贫穷的聚落里呢，我在那边有举办一些工作坊，跟小朋友举办一些工作坊。那我在那边也跟一些当地的女性或是母亲了解一下他们的生活。事实上他们其实很缺钱，他们都非常的急于想要为了能够改变他们人生，做了非常多的事情这样子哦。那于是我当然就觉得我像个记者一样，在当地去看着他们的现状，然后呢也去记录，也去了解一下他们这些故事。于是没有错，电影里的某些东西是根据于这些我的经验我看到这些经验有一些真实。那在当地人有很多人在是为了自己改变自己的生活，做了非常多的事情。有时候他们得要改变自己的想法，为了去融入一个新的生活。有时候可能那个想法跟自己的想法是完全不同的这样子。那对我来讲呢，在创造这些角色之后呢，我也选择了一些演员，他是专业演员，也有是这个业余演员或是非专业演员。那我在试着用一种比较纪录片的手法去把这些东西把它拍出来。这其实是我工作的方式，在跟演员合作 的情况下，如果是专业演员里，其实我会蛮希望他们是有蛮多即兴的表现这样子。那我就试着在这之中找到一个平衡这样子，就是基本上里面的选角都是我自己做选角，因为当初的预算是非常的低。那我希望我在片里有做到这个很好的平衡这样子。
那我们在影片中其实有看到女性的声音或是她们的自由意志被严重的压制。那导演，你是否在你所处的国家土耳其有观察到这样子的现象呢？
We saw in the film the women's voices or their free will are kind of suppressed in this film. Is it something that you observed in your country, Turkey? Hence, you have those arrangements in the film.
Woman voice. I mean, I think that first of all, yeah, I'm not living in a country is really cool about that. But on the same time, I can recognize that in every country there is still a big problem. Even in the Olympics, there is a problem with women. So we show sometimes a little detail of the iceberg. But I can say that in Turkey, women, they are so much suffocate, so that's the only option to scream at the end. And I think that I can say that this feminism is the best thing to happen in the last 60 years in Turkey, because they're the only one who's saying stuff is not going well. They're talking about economy and stuff, and the government is really getting on a not good way sometimes, and they are not protecting what's going on. But woman voice, it's normal. I'm a woman. I want to show how a woman is walking, because in Turkish cinema, it doesn't exist in the last 15 years. I don't know where is the woman. They're mostly just the wife of someone who's talking really stupidly. I don't know. So I wrote what I need to see. Karin Karakaşlı, she's a writer, Armenian, Turkish, from Turkey. She's saying, I'm filling the gaps. So there were big gaps on this, what I was living as a humanly and a woman. And some stuff have to be tell, like, if there is one problem, another problem is connected to another one. So yeah, as a woman, I need to show how a bad guy was interacting with women. So because every subject was connected to another one. So suppression of one stuff is a domino effect in Turkey. I think that it's really mathematical in Turkey the last 15 years. So every problem is really at the end on the same issue. It's not about loving a government or not, but this is a responsibility to that I'm giving to the audience, that you have to choose how you are watching. And this is my point of view to see all the stuff. So this is also your responsibility after seeing this artwork. What is it? Because I think the artworks have to show sometimes stuff behind just a showing kind of a narcissist artistic way. You have to deal with it, with the world.
好。基本上，当然我身处的国家土耳其可能对女权并不是完全的这么开放这样子哦。那但是我也了解到世界上其实很多国家也都是这样，比如目前在举行的奥运，其实我们也都可以看到女性在其中的角色其实并不是最完全理想的。那在土耳其对我来讲呢，近年来的这些发萌的女权运动，我是觉得是非常好的，是土耳其发生最好的事情这样子哦。那当然，我身为一个女性，我当然是很正常的，非常的想要呈现出这些女性的角色或故事哦。那基本上在土耳其的电影里，基本上不太存在这样的观点哦。我会觉得土耳其的电影，女人到底被放在哪里？通常她只是一个谁谁谁的老婆，然后只是在片中有一些对白在讲话而已这样子。那有个土耳其作家呢，他写到说，其实他们就是我这样子的做法，其实我们在试着再把这些空缺的地方把它填补起来啊。 就试着想要把这一些应该要被讲述的故事或角色把它弥补起来。那对我来讲，其实很多问题他们也是互相环环相扣的。那这些其实像是个骨牌效应一样，我们其实这个问题并不是很单纯，就是只是支持政府不支持政府，其实很多问题是环环相扣的。所以对我来讲，我希望观众也能够看完这部片之后，去选择他到底要怎么去看待这个电影或这个事情这样子。那对我来讲，我觉得艺术家也是个责任。我觉得艺术本身或是艺术作品本身，必须要呈现这些问题，也必须要去处理这些问题这样子。
在片中其实我们可以看到，就是片中有许多场景，像是天空有盘旋着警察出动的直升机啊，或者是对比地面上许多非常就是残破的废墟。那我觉得你非常成功的营造出一个躁动又很可怕的世界，那非常呼应片中的角色的心境。那请问你是怎么样子去建立这些场景？那为这部片定调它的视觉语言呢？
Okay, so in the film we see or we heard the helicopters hovering above, also a city with a lot of damaged or decaying buildings. So personally, I think you successfully created a chaotic world, and this world reflected the mentality of those characters experienced as well. So how did you choose those shooting locations, and also how did you manage to pull all the sound or the visual language together in this film?
Helicopter sound for me, it was so natural because in Istanbul, I'm living in Istanbul. Actually, I'm not at my place. I'm on somewhere else, so there is no sound. But mostly in Istanbul, when something's happening very badly, there's a lot of helicopter sound, and there's not taxi like in New York. It's mean that something's really going pretty bad, and it's so often. And not getting out the helicopter sound became something important to me, and I keep it from my video artwork. Like you normally in classic way in cinema, you are not using helicopter sound, but on daily life, when I was talking, I cannot hear my friends, so you need to put this detail, but it is really important. So this is kind of a documentary way, but on the same time, it's making kind of it's like hand-woven carpet, all the details of the film is really like hand-woven carpet, like Turkish carpet, but every color, every movement is really important to making a film like that. And the chaos, I mean, I don't know what is the chaos, what is dystopia. It was my normal life. So showing the age of when you're on the darkness or you're on the daily light, for me it became something normal. Actually, I'm in the south of Turkey, and there's a lot of forest was getting burned, and thousands of people work last 5 days. I didn't sleep at all. That's why I'm like that. And this is really dystopic what's going on. So I need to appear normal, and I need to show what I need to say, So this film was like that. And yeah, this is my own way to make it. I don't know my next project is what's gonna be as a form, but I think that having this hybrid genre, it's normal, like between video art or cinema. There's a lot of filmmakers also working like that, like Steve McQueen, or you have to put your new laws for making a kind of a new cinematic language. You have to write on this moment with your own rhythm. Like I'm calling it like Jack Kerouac when he was writing in Beat Generation. He needed to write like speedily, not with classical way, because he felt that something was actually changing with the country who was changing. So this is really the thing. I didn't made it for making it. of course, I can be inspired by Apocalypse Now or what else, but I didn't use the same way, the tools, because it was my own way, to tell the story.
OK。那对我来讲，去用这个直升机的这个声音我觉得是蛮自然的，因为其实我住在伊斯坦堡呢，常常就会听到这样的声音但当然我现在人不在伊斯坦堡，所以你现在可能在录影中没有听到这样的声音。通常我们在伊斯坦堡这个生活的时候，常常呢听到这个声音，我们就知道一定有坏事要发生了那它并不像是纽约现在已经把这个直升机变成一种这个计程车的感觉那事实上，如果你在伊斯坦堡听到这个声音，就是有坏事发生，而且这个声音常常的会听到这样子。那对我来讲呢，所以我对我来讲在拍这部片的时候，一定要把这个声音放进来是很重要的事情，绝对不能把它忘记，一定要放这个东西进来。那这个在我之前的一些录像作品里也是有放的这样子那对我来讲呢，这是我每天都会遇到的这个现实，所以我很自然的就会把它放进去。虽然在有一些比较传统的电影里可能不会这样子做，但是对我来讲呢，我就是会把它放进去。对我来讲，整个片有点像是土耳其的这种编织的地毯一样其实很多编织地毯里面都会有各自的颜色跟各自的细节，都这样子交织组合出了这个地毯。就像我的片子一样，这些小细节就交织出了我的电影这样子。那说到这个混乱这个部分呢，事实上我觉得这就是我正常的生活。我的生活，我觉得我得要呈现出我处在这个时代里，就是有这么混乱，然后这么黑暗的感觉这样子。例如我很老实的说，其实我现在在土耳其的南部土耳其南部在现在我们讲话的时候正发生的森林大火，那有几千人呢都必须要被撤离，这是正在发生的事情。所以我其实这几天都没有睡好，因为这样的事情。可是我在这样的状况下，我有今天的访谈，有这个 Q&A， 我还是得要很正常的很努力的把我得要说的话传达给观众。那对我来讲，我在拍这部片的时候就在做这样的事情，其实是一样的意思。我得要在这么多辛苦之中，那还是要试着想要把我话讲出来。但这也是我处理这些事情的方式，这样子。我其实试着想要做出在类型上做出一个混合式的类型，那能够成功的混合电影跟录像艺术这样子，就像 McQueen 所做的一样。那对我来讲，想要做一个新的形式，其实我就是得要去有一些对于新的电影的语言，我就要有一些新的新的准则跟新的一个方式去做。就像这个我们说这个 B Generation 这个垮掉的一代，这个美国的一个这个时期的作家这个 Jack Kerouac 这个他们的这个想法一样，当年他在做这个新的文学潮流的时候，他也因为这样的关系，不能用一个传统的写法去写他的作品，所以当然我可以说我的灵感有来自于《现代启示录》里面的直升机等等，但是其实我是用不同的方式去呈现，这也不能我也并不是直接的挪用这样子。对。
刚刚导演提到说，就是你的影片中有反映你的生活的样貌，那就是这部片子的剪接部分也是蛮特别的，它的时序是用一个比较有点像是跳接的方式去叙事，那甚至是说就是片名的字卡在影片2/3的才出现。那导演你是否可以分享一下这个为何要做这样子如此特别的安排以及就是片名为什么你会想要用鬼魅这个 Ghost 这个名字来当做片名
？Okay. So you talk about this film sort of reflect the daily life in Istanbul, and so one thing that made us one thing we find it special is the editing of the film as well. It's non-chronological, and then the rhythm and everything seems quite special. Also, we saw the title card for Ghosts towards the end of the film instead of in the beginning of the film. So firstly, I would like to share your thoughts about the editing in the film. And another question of mine is why the film titled Ghosts?
So editing, I began to, by the way, write the script like that. You cannot just edit on like that on one day with just one idea. I work on a lot of like when I was saying carpets, like if you are just getting one line, the other lines is getting out, you know, it's really connected to each other, to the dynamic and the crescendo of the film, the music, I mean the sound, you're feeling have to be really done in the script. And because of with the low budget that I get really 10% that I need of the film for shooting. We get just $70,000 for filming the 17 days. It was been in 17 days, 33 locations, different. So it was a lot of big work. So I worked with the editor and the DOP before the shooting 2 weeks ago, having all the scenes saying, okay, if we are turning from here with the camera, is the editing gonna be okay? So I really work so in details before, because in the shooting day, I didn't have time at all, and I couldn't have a risk or knowing very pretty well for having really 5 minutes more for getting a improvisation or a miracle scene, you know? So I really work like that on the editing. The editing began one day after the shooting. So if I shoot 6 days and 1 day off, the nights I was watching the editing before going to sleep. So I didn't absolutely not sleep at all, like months. And the off day, I was watching all the editing for saying, okay, what's gonna be shoot how in the next days, you know. So it was really a big triathlon for me, but I made it before on my own way, because I shoot a lot of things before on my life. So I really prepare myself to making this story really dynamic. I try to exercise all the muscle possible, all the risk on the shooting. Like before, 1 day before, we know absolutely if the A plan is not gonna work about the production, B, C, D plan have to be on our minds for making it more faster, the shooting, you know. So we didn't have time for getting this sad. We moved a lot about the creation and being creatively, because maybe I am a woman from Turkey and everything can be stolen on my life, you know. So I didn't call warrior, but I really we work a lot of like that. That's why the editing is so dynamic. They are really appreciating in Turkey. We became really important film about that. The editor is a friend of mine, Iris. She is 28 years old, and yeah, we made on laws again, like without no references for making it, and because we didn't have any choice, we didn't been supported intellectually before as a, you know, we were like, okay, we're gonna make it like that. It's a punk way, but if it's gonna work or not, you know. It was really like a poker game, but I didn't. It was just really working with my friends. I mean, good technicians and like making our own way. Ghost title is appearing also like a ghost on the film. It's making kind of appearing a ghost in a film, but on the same time, it's make it like I don't have a law. Like I'm making this film like that. And on the same time, ghost is being between being alive or not. In Turkey, we have to deal with so many stuff, and we are feeling like sometimes like a ghost. It's a kind of ironic name for me. It was funny when I find it, but on the same time, it was really like that. Like ideologically, it was like we are going to a darkness or you are becoming a ghost. But on the same time, technically, how is it possible to put on all a film in a darkness without the light? We really use a little lights all the film, like there is no light at all. So technically it was really difficult for us. We use red Gemini. It was the best one for getting the little light, but it was really ideologically and technically pushing artistically an idea. So Gus appear like that, yeah. The film.
好 ，OK。那基本上的剪接哦，这个会这个样子。其实我在写剧本的时候就已经想好了，就会是这个样貌这样子哦。这个今天你看到剪接，其实不太可能是一天就决定成要这样剪出来的。那如同我之前讲到的，有点像是这个土耳其地毯的比喻一样哦。其实有点像是你把一条线抽出来之后，整个地毯就会整个分崩离析的感觉。所以意思是说，所有东西都是连接在一起的这样子。那也因为这个原因，其实我们的整部片子是以非常低成本的制作，我们总预算只花了7万美金这样子哦，是非常的少，而且我们必须要在17天里面，然后在33个不同的场景间把它完成这样，所以对我们来讲其实是非常困难，一个非常庞大的工程。所以为了要完成这样的工程，我在事前，在3周前就跟这个剪接师还有我们的摄影师，我们就非常仔细的讨论了每一个场景，例如说你的这个摄影要怎么结束，然后我可以顺利的剪接到下一场这样子。我们其实在场景跟摄影上已经在拍摄前就已经做过非常细致跟足的讨论这样子。那以防当天，但当天还是有可能会有一些意外的事情发生哦。那而且我们在剪接也是在这个整个剪接就在拍第1天之后就开始剪了。通常我是一拍完之后，我晚上就要来看一下它的这个剪接的带子，那我就没什么睡这样子。那拍摄跟拍摄之间如果有休息日，这样我也是非常紧盯的说，隔天我要怎么去处理这个拍摄跟剪接这样子。那基本上整个方式都是我可以说就是我自己用自己的方式去做这件事情，所以有非常非常多的风险在里面。那也因为这个时间跟预算的关系，所以常常我们可能有了 A 计划，可是可能没有办法实现。我们在做 A 计划的时候，我们心里都要想着 B 计划跟 C 计划这样子，因为我们可能在这个事情上得要非常的流动，非常的去有空间去变化这样子。那我觉得有时候也像是我们土耳其女性会遇到的每天的生活有一点像。我不敢说我自己像是个女战士一样，可是有一点那种感觉，就是每天面临不同的状况，我得要去应变，然后去处理这样子哦。那也就是为什么你看到这个剪接，其实里面呈现的那个节奏或是整个氛围是非常的动态的感觉，是非常有活力的感觉。那这也要归功于我的剪接师，他Iris 他只有28岁而已，也是我的朋友这样子哦。那回到我刚刚讲的，有点像是我们在这样的状况下，我们就得要设立自己的法则，自己怎么样去创造出这个作品的法则这样子。那老实说，我们也没有其他的选择，因为我们当下没有其他人来支持我们这样子，我们其实可以说是用一种旁客的方式来很地下化的做了这个非常艰难的工作，你也可以说是个赌注这样子。那说到我们的标题，就是英文的 Ghost 像是鬼魅一样，就是在讲一部分就回到刚刚讲这个事情，有点像是在没有律法下，我们得要做这件事情。那也可以讲到说，我们身为土耳其人，每一天有这么多的讲难听点，像处理要一堆鸟事要处理，有一点非常多的混乱要处理。那我们如何就像片子里面的这个停电一样，我们如何遇到这个就是在阴暗之中，然后呢，我们怎么处理该处理这些事情？那某个程度上，你在电影也看到，我们在技术上也真的是要处理这个事情，就是说我们的片子里几乎都是光源是非常弱的，我们也真的要用很少的光去呈现这个电影的摄影这样子。我们是用了一个 Red Gemini 这个摄影机这样子，然后去在片子里去完成这样的任务。
好，那最后一题想要请问导演，就是我有注意到这部片子在土耳其在上半年的时候有在当地上映，那蛮好奇，就是这部片在当地上映后的那观众的反应如何？
Okay, my last question would be the film was released earlier this year in Turkey. So we were wondering that how did the Turkish audience react to the film?
It really depends. I mean, I get a lot of supporters were like, thank you for being a new figure, thank you for being a woman, thank you for making new techniques. And also there's a lot of hate. Like there is also Islamic people who really publish some journal newspapers articles about how I am not a good person about that, for being a bad citizen. And on the same time, I really learned to get the balance about, I need to learn, of course, to have the ideology about, you have to keep safe to say what you need to say. If it's disturbing, what is it? You know, you have to just open the topics for make it talk. The problem was if there is a lot of anger, what is it? Like, I know this, there is just being woman, it's not the problem in Turkey. So if I'm showing one topic to another one, if it's disturbing you, it was one of the arguments. They were like, why this topic is gonna be with another one? And I was like, because I'm living like that. If I'm not waking up as a woman daily, you know, I'm understanding that I am a woman when I am getting a subject and another one daily, you know, like you have to show it at some point for on your own way as an artist, of course. And making the handicap something maybe good, I don't know what is it, but like but I get a lot of support. I get suddenly when I get the Venice Critics Award, I get a lot of support from everywhere. It was unbelievable, and I decided to be more strong for these people who's really supporting me, because I gave them hope, and it's not about being a filmmaker from another country, but as a new figure. We need new figures in the world for making stuff better. Maybe suddenly my art became something more like a weapon. You know, not like that normally, but it's really important to figure out why people are angry, or we have to just discuss about what is not good for you. Just we have to learn people discussing about stuff, not being angry and hating people. In my film, I try to learn why this bad guy became kind of a Sisyphus character, because otherwise I cannot live, you know. I cannot hate just people and just road them, because there's a lot of trouble when you're living sometimes in the world, and being supported was important, and being hate also, it's another problem for me. But I just learned to be just transparent about that and keep going, because people being inspired, gonna be inspired maybe with me for doing something else, because I get been inspired from a lot of stuff. Like Greta Thunberg, she said, hope is contagious, you know. So yeah.
土耳其观众的这个反应，其实也是要看也是算是两极这样子哦。我的确有蛮多人支持我的就是来感谢我说谢谢你成为谢谢你作为一个女性，谢谢你作为一个新的一个有了新的方式来呈现电影，或是谢谢你成为一个新的一个类似的意见领袖的感觉。那当然，我也有收到一些蛮多类似仇恨的评论例如说在伊斯兰的一些报纸的评论那说到说这个导演不好，是个不好的人，说是不好的公民这样子那其实都有，但我在这其中里学到的就是一个平衡这样子就是说我其实还是在这个当下，我还是得讲的，还是得要说出来这样子其实我能够做的就是开启一个讨论，开启一个主题，让大家去讨论，不管我会不会激发出别人的怒气或什么的，因为当初我会拍这部片，老实说就是我自己生活中的所感， 这就是我的生活这样子。那以一个艺术家的角色来讲，老实说，你就是只能用你自己的方式去呈现你所想到的这些东西这样子。那但是也没有错，我在这部片在威尼斯的这个影评周放映的时候，事实上也收到了非常多的支持。那我也相当的觉得很好这样子。我其实这么多的支持是让我觉得很不可置信的，我本来没有想象是这个样子的。那这些人的支持也不是因为只是这部片是一个异国来的土耳其来的影人这样子，而是好像他们觉得说他这部片子里或是我做了一些不一样的事情这样子。所以对我来讲，我决定我其实应该要更强壮更强大来面临这些不同的批评这样子。那对我来讲，我的艺术作品就像是我的武器一样这样子。那但是我也觉得其实这样的提问是非常的好的，就是说其实我有时候我在想说，为什么这些人会对这些东西反应这么激烈？为什么他会那么生气？为什么他们会觉得这个片对他们来讲不够好？其实在某个程度上，我也一直在处理这样的问题，也就是为什么我在电影里我要放进这个4个角色里，这个男生这个角色 Rashid 这个角色，他其实有一点点像是这个神话里西西弗斯的角色。我自己也想理解这样的人物，就是说我不能纯粹只是恨这样的人而已，就是他们一直想要做什么事情，可是好像一直反复的失败这样子。那我也在学习这件事情，我觉得在一些议题的看法，其实我学习到我应该要变得更我其实可以变得更透明一点点，就是我觉得总是会有人觉得说被灵感就觉得这部片启发他们的灵感，那也有人是一些其他人。但我想要引用一个作家的话，我觉得希望这件事情是有传染力的。那我会希望把这样的正面的这个希望传染出去这样子。
好，那以上就是我们今天的线上 Q&A。我们今年的国际新导演竞赛的得奖结果将在9月28号公布。那我们就是请大家密切锁定台北电影节发布的消息。我们今天非常感谢 Ezra 导演来到，就是跟我们面对面聊天，谢谢他。
Okay, so this wraps up our Q&A today. The result of the competition will be released on the September 28th. And so today it's a great pleasure and honor to have Ezra here with us today. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
It's nice to meet you.